First retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Today it's week 4 and we've got what should be a great one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Arizona Cardinals. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13.
Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, or probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. His throw complete right side to the tight end, Parham. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 12, Mariota. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Mariota. He's got a man complete. And he'll be
be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Might want to remember that third down play, 37 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Cardinals had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, Mariota going for the deep ball. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
And this one is right down Broadway. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. It was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. So they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Open man for him. He's got him. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down.
We changed it.
Now Jackson. And it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Cardinals are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very 1st quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That 1st down run could not have turned out worse for a defense because when they came out on the field, their #1 mission, keep them stacked up close to their goal line, and at worst, create great field position for their offense.
On 2nd and 2, Mariota.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mariota to throw it. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Mariota. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 42. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. Counter play with Jacobs, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Consecutive gains of 1, 2, and now 3 yards brings up 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
They keep it with Barkley on first down.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
They'll go to Barkley again.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. We often give credit to the O-line there. Two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On second down, here's Barkley. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
On third down, Jackson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in the back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, good return up past the 30. Past midfield. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Throwing is Jackson. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. To throw, Mariota. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Mariota. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing, because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
After the interception, here's Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Jackson.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Cards are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
That goes for 14 yards, 1st down Cardinals. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the 3rd quarter?
Point after, right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
We can come up with a lot of different explanations here. None of them are going to work. At the 1-yard line and coughing it up, no way.
You gotta protect that thing like it's your firstborn.
Your firstborn, your secondborn,
your
anyone. It doesn't matter. Take care of the football. You're in a position to go in and score. At worst, you've given up a chance to get 3 points.
56 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To throw is Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
They find some open field here. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback.
And now here's another interception. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. So the defense forces the fumble, they get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower post-game.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in.
And my goodness, another interception. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
170 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Second down, Jacobs once more.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cardinals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Here's Jackson to throw.
Pass complete. George Pickens with it.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down. Around the NFL, third quarter now up in Seattle. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here comes Grant on the return.
54-yard punt, 14 on the return, nets them 40. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Jet sweep now. Here's Collins.
And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result. No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that...
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Jackson. Under pressure, they got him again. That sack by Khalil Mack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Returnable for Grant. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And it's starting to look like that 3-game losing streak is going to be a thing of the past here. Coming up 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 212 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the 1st down. And he'll decide to keep this once more. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Play fake. Mariota. And he'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Jacobs going to try the middle.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Jackson. He finds Pickens over the middle. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 39. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Now it's Jackson. This pass caught by Hamler. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And now here's another interception. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Cards, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they too will leave here at 1-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.